Hello gamers, this is Tom Sidener, the Lonely Gamer, and I got a new game today and I thought you guys might enjoy an unboxing video. So, I've been playing a game with a buddy of mine, it's called Krosmaster Arena, and I really enjoy that game, but I didn't want to go out and buy the same game that he has, but I wanted to be able to have figures to play with him, so I found out that Krosmaster Quest, this game right here, actually has figures that can be used in his game, and his figures can be used in my game. So I decided to buy this so that I could play with him and he could play with me. So let's open this thing up and see what comes inside. Almost like Christmas morning. Well, the first thing I notice is that there's something on the bottom that's disattached. So it looks like there's a little piece on the bottom right here. And you know what? This is actually kind of nice because usually when I want to know stuff about the game, I have to turn the game upside down to actually look at the bottom. And this will be nice to keep in the box, and then I can just look at this instead of having to either flip the game upside down or hold it up like this and try to read it over my head. So, okay, pretty nice. I think there's still stuff on, nope, the only thing on the bottom is just a little logo here, so that's kind of cool. So, very nice. So, I'll move this out of the way here, and this as well. So, the first thing we have is we have another little paper that kind of gives you an idea of some of the different Krosmaster items you can get and whether or not they work with the other ones. You can see the little arrows here that show this one works with this one and this one works with that one, so that's kind of nice. And then on the back, it's got a list of all the different Krosmaster characters that you can get, so you can use this for like a checklist to see, you know, what is available out there, so that's pretty cool. Looks like it comes with a rule book. I have not read this rule book yet. I actually have the digital copy of this rule book, and I've read a few pages in it, but I haven't completed it. But it looks like a nice, colorful rule book. It's got nice colors in it, and looks like it's pretty detailed. I've heard rumors that this rule book is not the best rule book in the world, but I've heard really good things about the scenario book, which we're going to look at now. So the next thing is the scenario book. This is the scenario book, and it has scenarios in it, and the first few scenarios from what I've read are tutorial scenarios, and so I might do some videos of us going through the tutorial scenarios so you can see how the game plays. So, the next thing we got here is a market board. So when you play the game, there's like a market where you can buy stuff, and this is the board where you put all the market stuff on that you can buy in the game. And then we have this board. This is the quest board, and this board you play cards on here, and then you move through a quest as far as I know, and this will let you change up the game every time you play, so it's a nice board. And then it looks like we've got some punch outs. These punch outs are similar to the Krosmaster Arena, so if you're familiar with that, some of these should look familiar. So you've got some trees over here and some crates and stuff here. My buddy has the Krosmaster Arena, and his crates don't stay together very well, but I'm planning on actually gluing mine together so that they're always a crate, so they don't come apart. But that's a punch out with crates and fountains and trees, and looks like a little phoenix there, so that's pretty cool. And then we have another punch out, which looks like it's a duplicate of that punch out, so pretty much the same exact stuff. And then we have another punch out here, which looks like we've got some equipment. So in Krosmaster, you can have equipment for your figures, and then also it looks like we have some minions down here. I think these are the minions that you fight in the game down there. And it looks like this one is the tofu punch out. I just accidentally punched something out there, so I'll try to stick it back in. And it looks like we have another one, which is the global. So if you're familiar with Krosmaster Arena, two of the figures that come with Krosmaster Arena are the think it's the king of the tofus and the queen of the tofus and the king of the gobles, and they actually can summon these little creatures, and so these are the same creatures that you may be familiar with in Krosmaster Arena. Then it looks like we've got another punch out with all kinds of tokens. If you're familiar with Krosmaster Arena, you've got these minus and plus tokens to your actions, and the same thing to your movement, and then just a bunch of health tokens, and it looks like maybe some more crates or some more scenery of some type. So another punch out. So a lot of punch outs in this game. The next thing we have is we have the actual tiles that you play on. Now, when I was actually researching this game, the one thing that I was kind of concerned about is these tiles are very thin and flimsy. I'm hoping that they don't curl up really bad, and I'm hoping that they don't, you know, slide over each other when you're trying to play. So we'll find out if that becomes a problem. I may have to figure out something with these, maybe get them heavy laminated. They are two-sided, so you can't just glue them on another piece of foam board or anything, so they are two-sided, so maybe a heavy lamination if they become a problem. But so far I haven't seen anybody complaining about that issue, so hopefully it's not a problem. But so you've got looks like two boards that are like cobblestone. So it looks like maybe these 5 are your dungeon tiles here, and these 4 are your tofu on one side and your gobble on the other, and then these are, looks like just generic maybe field tiles or something. So it looks like you've got 5 of one, 5 of one, and 4 of another, but they are both double-sided. So it looks like it gives you a lot of options for setting out your tiles. And then we've got what looks like some player boards here, so I'm pretty sure that's what these are. We have 5 of them, so I'm going to set them right out here, but I'm going to show you one of them. So we've got this player board here, and the unique thing about this game is it looks like we've got these tokens that pop out of this player board. We try to pop one out. Yep, there's one popped out. And so you take these out. They have a cost on them. This one's 5 karma. They call their gold karma in this game. So, and in Krosmaster Arena as well. So it looks like if you pay 5 karma, you can pop this out, and then you have access to what's under that. And there's a bunch of these on the player board. There's a bunch of them here and a bunch of them here. And I think this is where your actual stat card goes for your creature or your avatar or your guy. And you actually punch these out to gain access to his different stuff. So this is a really nice thick player board, and there's 5 of them, 1 for each player. This is actually a 2 to 6 player game. If you play 6 players though, 1 person has to play the bad guy. If you play less than that, then you can actually share the bad guy and everybody can play a good guy. So whatever your game group likes to do. Looks like we have some dice. Looks like we have 6 of them. These are very familiar dice to anybody who's played Krosmaster. They have the same faces. So they have the shield, they have the lock, they have the, I think that's called the tofu, or the something that's an egg of some type, and it's a wild. Then they have the boot, they have the critical and the boot, and they have the critical. So, and all the dice are the same, and there are 6 of them in the box. So I think if you get Krosmaster Arena, you get 8. So it's actually 2 less than what you get in Krosmaster Arena. The next thing in the box are the cards for the different characters that you have in the game. And I was mentioning this earlier. When you put them in the player board, you cover up part of these cards so that you don't have access to all of their stats at the beginning. So these might be covered up, and then as you pay gold in the game, you uncover these to make your creature stronger and stronger. And there's 1 of these for each creature in the game, or each character, you could say. There are some creatures and some characters. So there's a bunch of cards in the game. Looks like there's a stack of cards here. And there's a stack of cards here. I think these cards are for some of the minions that you have in the game. There's another stack and another stack. I know there's a bunch of cards in this game. There are cards for equipment, there are cards for quests, there are cards for the minions. There's a lot of different cards. It looks like they're all the same size. They are not a standard size card. They're a small card. I can grab a sleeve, a small card sleeve at the end of this video and see if these actually fit in there. So if you want to know about sleeves, but these are not standard poker size cards. And then we have in here the characters. We have two characters which are creatures. We have the tofu creature and the gobble creature. I think they're both supposed to be kings of their respective variants. So king of the gobbles and king of the tofu. So you get these, and these are not playable characters, I don't think, but they are the bad guys, like the main bosses in the game. I do think you can actually play these. They have a stat card, so I think you can play these in Krosmaster Arena though, so that's kind of cool, and I'm pretty sure I read that these are exclusive to this game. So you got those, and then you've got 5 characters that come with it, and I apologize that I do not know their names, but I will grab their stat cards and then I'll be able to tell you. So the first one you have is Raoul Back. He's a little wizard looking guy. He's pretty cool, so he's one of the figures you can play. And then we have Katsumi. Here she is. She's got a nice little sword. So I should put my hand underneath like that. There we go. Nice little sword and some big eyes. So she's typical chibi style. And then we have Chrissy Entrench. She looks like a little steampunk girl, maybe, out there. So there she is. Get a good look at her. And then we have Diver Burrow. He's a little farmer guy. He's got a little karma in his hand. Must be a gold collector. I kind of like that. I also noticed that these things have a little plastic thing around them to protect them, which is kind of nice as well. And last but not least is Pandalita. Pandalita. She's a little panda. Got some little hair things going on there, like Princess Leia type thing, and she's got something on her back. I don't know if that's a quiver or what it is, but she's something back there. And so those are the 5 characters that you get in the set. I think these characters have been previously released. I think you can actually buy these in external sets, is what I've heard. But and each one of them has a stat card to go with them. So let me pause the video for a second. I'll go grab a sleeve and we'll see if these cards are the standard sleeve size. Okay, so this is a standard small size sleeve, something like you would use in maybe X-Wing or something like that. And let's see if the cards actually fit in there. So no, they do not. So the cards do not fit in a standard small size sleeve. So you can't sleeve these with the standard sleeves. Just to let you know, that's good to know. If you buy this, don't buy a bunch of sleeves to sleeve the cards unless you get the right ones, and these standard ones are not the correct ones. So the last thing in this box is something pretty cool that most board games don't include, and that's actually trays to put all the punch out. So this is kind of really nice. This is a nice little tray, and it has a lid. So if I can take the lid off, so the lid comes off, and so you can kind of organize all of your chits in to this tray, and you know, hopefully things won't fall out, and help you organize. And there's actually 2 of these that come with the game, and they fit in the box, and that's nice. I mean, I'm the kind of person who loves to be able to put my games back in the box and organize them, and this is something that I really appreciate. So okay, so that's it. That's the unboxing. Like I said, there's some scenarios, some tutorial scenarios that in this book that I'll be going through, and I might try to go ahead and record some of those tutorial scenarios, so in case you're interested in this game, you'll know how to play. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and happy gaming.